Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back. Welcome to our second in our goddess series, which I'm super excited about tonight. The goddess that we are telling the story of is the Egyptian goddess, the great goddess of the sky, Nut, or Nuit, as she's called. And this goddess was suggested to me by my dear friend Fiona from Fiona Art. Thank you, Fiona. I've had a lot of fun researching this and telling the story, and you know, it's been awesome. So this is a really cool, it's a wonderful story of love and drama and passion and separation. So I think you guys are going to enjoy it a lot. Before we get started with that, I wanted to show you the dried results of our spring fire roll, which came out so cool. I absolutely love this, and I'm so happy about this shifting magic trick that the Pebeo iridescents are doing again with that iridescent red blue and the iridescent orange, and it's just so pretty how it's mixed with the alizarin crimson, which is pretty awesome. So I'm very, very happy with how this one turned out. I think that golf ball roll through the center of it at the end was good. I love the composition, I love the lines, I love the colors. Very, very happy with this one. So this was our spring fire roll. I will link it up here for you guys in case you missed it. You can go and watch it. So this was really cool. Let's get started. Let me show you the colors that we're using tonight. So, and I'll start to tell you the story too. Let me pull the colors over first. So the goddess Nut is Egyptian. Her parents were the air god Shu, and her mother was the goddess of moisture Tefnut. And they had, Nut was the goddess of the sky, and her brother Geb is the earth god. So in most of the depictions that you see Geb, the earth, reclining, and then you see Nut arched over him on her fingertips and her feet, and she's forming a protective dome over the earth. So Nut and Geb were pretty close. They were very, very happy as brother and sister, and they had a lot of affinity for each other. And as Egyptians did back in those days, sometimes brothers and sisters got married. So Nut and Geb got married, and they were very, very happy, very much in love. It's said that they were inseparable, and they were always pictured intertwined on top of each other with their arms around each other, gazing lovingly at each other. And this made Ra, the sun god, kind of jealous. So he told their father that he wanted him to separate Nut and Geb. And so Shu, the god of air, separated Nut and lifted her up high above his head, and Geb was underneath him. So in the pictures, it's Geb is the earth, and then we have air, and then we have the sky above that. And she's usually pictured as arched over the earth, protecting it. So Nut is supposed to be the barrier between the order of things and chaos. So essentially she's protecting the earth and keeping us from the chaos of the rest of the galaxy and the realms of the universe. Let me show you my colors real quick, and then we'll get back to the story, because I love this story and I could talk for a while. Let's start over here. The first one we have is Golden's Prussian Blue. Absolutely gorgeous color, nice and thick, leaving a mound on a mound and then sinking into itself pretty quickly. My pouring medium is my Golden's Heavy Gel Gloss and Floetrol recipe, which I absolutely love because I can customize it and make it as thin or as thick as I want, and it has beautiful effects. This is a custom color, which is a lot of dark purples and some black and some gold and some blue and a lot of different things. But it's a pretty indigo violet, but a very dark one. And I think it'll be cool as an accent color. I may or may not use it, but we'll see. This is some leftovers of Pebeo's iridescent red blue that we might use. This is our Pebeo iridescent blue green, which is lovely, beautiful. And I also have the green blue, so you can see the difference in color between those two, the blue green and the green blue, and they both do absolutely beautiful things when they are dry. And then I have here my Deco Art Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold, which I don't think we could do a painting with the night sky and stars and not use this. So I also have some Amsterdam Pearl Yellow, which is going to be very important as we go. And let's see, this is a little bit of leftovers of Amsterdam Bronze. This is Amsterdam Titanium White, and this one is Amsterdam Greenish Blue. So the game plan is to do some flip cups in a landscape, sort of, and we're going to depict the night sky and the earth underneath it. So I think this is going to turn out really, really pretty. Okay, I also have a base coat here of this Prussian blue mixed with a little bit of that darker aubergine color. So it's like an indigo, violet, indigo, mostly bluey, Prussian or indigo, yeah. So nice dark blue for our sky. That's our base coat color, if we should need it. So what I'm going to do right now is layer some cups while I tell you the rest of the story. Okay, I have here a 24 by 30 inch gallery wrapped canvas from Artisan's Loft. I have taped and pinned the back, and I have painted my sides and edges with that base coat color. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to layer the cups, because we're going to be doing several flip cups across the canvas, and I'm going to tell you the story while I layer the cups. So, okay, so we had talked about Ra being jealous of Geb and Nuit and asking the father's shoe to separate them. So he did separate them, too late because Nuit was already pregnant. And Ra had said that he didn't want her to be able to have children at all, and she was very upset. So Nuit, being upset that she couldn't have children because of what Ra did, she went to Thoth, who was the god of wisdom, and she begged him to help her, because Ra had said she couldn't give birth on any of the days in the Egyptian calendar. And at that point, the Egyptian calendar had 360 days. So Thoth, the god of wisdom, went to the moon goddess, and he played a game of dice with her, won the game of dice, and convinced her to create enough light to create 5 more days so that Nuit could have her babies and be happy. So this is how Nuit gave birth to her 5 children: Osiris, Isis, Set, Nephthys, and Horus. So she is also known as the mother of gods and goddesses because she's had so many children, and also she's known as the mother of all planets and stars. So usually when she's arched over the earth, she's this beautiful dark blue color with gold stars all over her, because she is protector of the living and the dead. So when people died in ancient Egypt, they would come up to the sky, to the goddess Nuit, and she would restore them and refresh them with food and wine until they were ready to resume their journey to the afterlife and to go, be among the reeds in heaven. So, so she's also depicted frequently on the inside lids of sarcophagus and coffins in ancient Egypt. And she is a protective goddess, so she watches over them and makes sure that they get to the afterlife okay. So that's the betrayal part of our story. So earlier I had mentioned that Nut and Geb were inseparable and were often pictured intertwined, and as they were married, she really obviously loved him very, very much. And so since she was the sky, during the night she was protecting the earth from all the other bad elements out there, but during the day she would come down and lay on top of Geb again, and they would be able to hold each other and be entwined until it was nighttime again, and it was time for her to go back up and be the night sky. And another part of her story is that Ra, the sun god, would travel every morning across the sky. So at the end of the day, Nut would eat Ra, and then the next morning would give birth to Ra again, and the sun would rise. So both of these parallels the union and the separation, and the union and the separation, and the beginning of day and night, that story, how that all became. So that's pretty cool stuff. I think it's really, really neat. She's often depicted as sometimes a cow or wearing cow horns, because she is that maternal figure, which is very important in Egyptian mythology, of fertility, stories about fertility, and not just among humans or gods, but also among their fields and the crops and the Nile and the fertile land. So, but Nut was a beautiful goddess who protected the earth and had this beautiful love with Geb, her husband, the earth, and is separated from him. During the day they are entwined once again. So I just think it's a really, really beautiful story, and the imagery is really pretty. All of these beautiful pictures of this beautiful woman with flowing hair and stars all over her. I'll put some pictures in here for you guys. So that was the part of the story that I liked the best. Okay, so I have done one cup already. This cup I think I'm going to use is going to be mostly the night sky part. So it's going to be a lot of that Prussian blue. And probably not too many other colors.
So notice you're doing it dirty.
Yeah, well, I did the gold dirty. Maybe a little dirty. Okay, so now I'm going to do one cup that's a little bit lighter, actually. We're going to have more of these airy metallic colors in here. You guys remember this story last week of Thea, and Thea was the god of the outermost layers of the atmosphere. She's the goddess of everything shimmering and sparkling and beautiful. So we're going to have that ethereal part. So this is our air cup. We did one that was kind of earthy already. We're going to do another one now. I think we could probably start with that. So those two are the earth part. That's the night sky. And that's the air. Okay, so we're going to bring this over here. So the first one we're going to tilt out, we're going to do this night sky one. And I think we're going to start over here and I'm going to drag it this way. Are you ready, husband of awesomeness?
Yes, my love.
Here we go. And you'll notice I've put down some gold also underneath this. So I'm hoping that since this is a darker cup, especially with mostly the Prussian blue and just one layer of white and one layer of gold, that we're going to get some beautiful gold cells popping up through this area. I'm just gonna tilt this one out first. Are you ready, darling? Okay. So we're gonna actually kind of break the seal and travel with this. We might need one more. I think we need another one. I'm gonna fill up one more real quick. That looks really cool and really pretty and exactly what I was hoping would happen. So that's awesome. I'm just using the same cup. So ready?
Okay, yep.
Okay. Couple magic taps. Here we go. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right. I'm gonna put a little bit more of this Prussian down along here so this doesn't roll over itself. Okay. Let's do the air layer. So this is Shu, the air god who separated Geb and Nuit. You ready, darling?
Yep.
Okay. Put that right there. Okay, I'm gonna kind of pull this one. That worked better. Cool. Okay. All right. I kind of want to tilt these out before we put those other two cups down. So, first thing I'm going to do is take this over the edge. Find the weight of the paint. And we're going to take it down towards that edge and off of that corner. And bring the paint back towards me. Move it this way down. That's really pretty. Okay, and we're going to be moving around that second layer. That's really cool. I like that. Alright. I'm going to put these two down on here. I'm going to put this one over here. Ready? Okay. I'm going to put this one over here, but we'll flip this one out first. Ready, darling? Okay. And I'm going to start like over here with this one.
Okay.
Okay. Just going to put these two over here for a second and let them drain up. But this is really pretty. And I love what's happening. I love the gold and all those beautiful blues, and that little bit of the pearl yellow that we put in is kind of creating that smoky graphite color, which is really beautiful. I like the sky section, and I'm digging on what's happening down here too. So let's tilt this out because I'm excited and I don't want to wait more. Okay. So the weight of the paint is down there now. So I'm just going to bring it down here. And we're going to move some of this way and cover up this area. Slide right off that bottom edge. Bring it back to the middle a little bit. I'm going to let this just float down. And see, these other two sections aren't really moving because they've already been anchored on either side of the painting. Take it just off the edge and then come back. Move the weight down again. Push this down. Almost there. Take this back and open it. Looks kind of cool. Okay, I'm just going to look at it for a second. Oh, I love that. I really like that a lot. That's so cool. What do you think, honey?
I like it.
Me too. Let's actually torch this. let's turn this around so you guys can see it. And we will talk about what's happening here for a second. So up here we have the representation of Nuit, the goddess of the sky, with all these gold stars shimmering along her body. And in the center section we have Shu, the air god. And down there we have Geb, the god of the earth, which is our blues and our greens. And we have that separating, the air layers separating Nuit and Geb in this eternal cycle of union and separation back and forth. So I think this looks really cool. So I think this looks awesome. I love all of the cells that are happening and popping up, and I love these cells that are in here. Can you see these, honey? And this is some of that pearl yellow with the white and the gold and a little bit of bronze. I love how it's all sort of like wavy. Looks really, really cool. This is sort of like the sky and mountains, and then we have the night sky above us. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story of Nuit and her lover Geb, and this eternal cycle of union and separation, but how eternal love will bind you forever. So thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I will show you this one when it's dry. We'll be right back. Okay, so this is a couple of days later. It is not dry yet, but it's getting there. I love how this one came out. I think it's really beautiful. And I almost see a face right there with some hair. The goddess Nuit. That upper part is definitely our night sky. And then we have the center section there, which is the air god Shu, who separated Nuit and Geb. And down here, Geb, it represents the earth. Really beautiful cells in some of this. Just gorgeous stuff. I'm really, really enjoying how pretty these are. There's a couple really beautiful little ones right there. There's some pearl yellow in there and the white. And then we get the bronze and the 24 karat gold. I love that this little section is rounded right there too. That's kind of cool. With earth and Nuit watching over the earth, separated from her love by her father, air god Shu. So this one turned out really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like and leave me a comment. And if you could, share the video. I always appreciate that. I don't anticipate this changing much. The deeper colors will get deeper a little bit. You can see out here down the bottom it's starting to dry already. And some of that pearl yellow is showing as the light gold color. So it'll be cool. You can see up there at the top where it's a little darker. That's where it's dry at the edge, but I don't think this is going to change. So I think this came out awesome. I really, really am loving this. Thank you so much to Fiona for your idea of using the goddess Nuit. And we'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. I will show you a completely dry piece in the next video. Bye.